front, dragged his pivot foot, nothing called. Furler with a spin move, picks it up, kicks it off inside Eric Smith. Oh, he had a shot, he didn't shoot it. And Chad Steele goes in, rebounded in there by number 13, Todd Miller. Scores 21-12, three-point goal, and it's missed. Chad Danforth with a three-point goal. So at the end of the first quarter, the score is 21-12. Okay, Kennedy ball to start here the second quarter. That is still the lineup changes. That's Miller with the ball. Looking inside, Danforth has trouble getting inside. Double team in there by the Hawks. Oberbrockling gives up the three-pointer. Nice defense in there by the Prairie Hawks. Danforth looking for somebody to pass to, and you're going to get a foul, I believe, on Hupper, or is that out of bounds? Oh, it's out of bounds, Cougars. Hupper got away with a foul there, George.
Well, in smaller lineup, but I tell you, these guys are aggressive. They're going to have a hard time getting in on them, but they got their big man out too. So 53 is no shrimp in there, is he?
No. Talking about Brian Sieber. Brian Sieber has a ball right now. Long pass over here to Oberbrockling. He'll take it inside. He did travel. No. Foul on Trent Mitchell. That's Mitchell's third foul, and it brings Oberbrockling to the line, shooting 1-on-1. So with 7 minutes and 17 seconds left here in the first half, both teams are in the bonus. Chad Steele comes in, and of course Trent Mitchell sits down, and Trent, the senior, you know, is shaking his head. He says, "This is my last home game. I want to play."
Well, he's just being over-aggressive, you know, and you can't fault a kid for that. You like to see that in a kid, but those fouls do count up. Jerry, what this lower pace game than last time we played these boys?
Yeah, but it'll light up here. Second one by Oberbrockling. He's got 4 from the charity stripe for a total of 6 points tonight. Keith Kleppe kicks it off here to Brian Jones. Ball inside to Eric Smith, and Chad Steele gives it up, and Brian Jones back to Steele. Jones gives it to Eric Smith. Jones is going to take one of those three-pointers. Steele, you know, he looks like a horse ready to bust the gates open, you know. And ball kicked away. Oh, off of Hupper's hand. I'll tell you what, he really hustled on that, George.
You know, there could have been a couple fouls either way on that one. They were bumping and shoving all the way down, but no foul calls.
Good defense in there by the Cougars of slapping that ball away. Now they have it underneath their own basket. Shot missed in there by Danforth. And off of Prairie Hawk.
I think you're right, Jerry. The Cougars are a little bit cold. When they start warming up, this is going to be a different ball game.
21-14, and ball stolen away. No, Oberbrockling with a 14-footer, and he scores. That's his second field goal. He's got 8 points now. Hupper in the game, kicks it off to Brian Jones. Jones is not looking for the shot. He's trying to get it inside to Eric Smith. Eric was going the opposite direction. Shot up and good by Miller. That's his first 2 points for the night. And I'll tell you what, the Hawks just turned the ball over. 21-18, three-point game. And Coach Denny Thiessen calls the timeout. Underneath their own basket. 5-second call. Good defense by the Hawks. So a little tit for tat right there.
Oh, that's right. And I think Thiessen might have had a few words to say, and that got the old Hawks a-hustling a little bit more.
Well, let's see if they extend this three-point lead here. Keith Kleppe gets it inside to Mike Kleppe. Chad Steele with a long ball and going to get a foul inside on number 31 for the Cougars, Chad Danforth. So one of the guards for the Prairie Hawks will be the line. That's Chad Steele. I didn't see that foul, George.
Well, you know, we pick on those guys in the striped shirts a lot, but, you know, so far I don't think they've made a missed call. And they seem to be hustling up and down the court. Good job of the refs so far.
Oh, they're going to call Keith Kleppe. That's number 3.
That's Kleppe's third foul. We're getting in trouble there with our three-pointers.
That's right, and you know, and I'd think twice before I fouled Tony Booth.
Oh, come on, you know, he's just big, that's all. We're scrappy.
He's big and he's good.
Yeah, he is. Good-looking kid. He's going to University of Wisconsin. Is that?
Yes. Play a little football.
Football. Yeah.
So that's number 4 points now for number 55, Tony Booth. So it's just a 1-point game now. Aaron Blecko has trouble getting the ball into Mike Kleppe. Kicks it out to Furler. Furler's going to kick it out to Chad Steele. Goes in and blocked in there, but foul called on Danforth. That should be number 2 on him. And it, to me, looked like a clean block, George.
Well, I think he got him on the elbow. I really do. You know, those refs don't miss that stuff.
I tell you, Chad, when he gets that ball on that baseline, if he's got a seam, he's going to take it in. Steele makes his 4th point tonight.
An important thing, I think, you got 3 football players right down there on the lane right now.
Tony Booth with another rebound.
I just think football players make good basketball players, too. Toughens them up a little bit.
That's what you said about the wrestlers last night, too. Shot missed in there by Burns, and Pikert's got it. Going to set it up again. Pikert working a screen from Booth, trying to do a little give and go. Pikert with 3-pointer, missed. And nice rebound in there by Oberbrockling. Worked over Chad Steele a little bit. Pikert here is going to try the left side, runs into Mike Kleppe. He calls a timeout. I tell you what, Pikert saw big number 52, Mike Kleppe, in front of him, and he had nowhere to go, and he had to call a timeout.
It had to be the reason, because he couldn't see his coach over here calling a timeout. I think you're right, Jerry.
Right there is Arnie Zedeker down on the knees talking to his starting 5. But I guess it's not a starting 5. You got Jason Brecht in there along with Tony Booth. And over here is Denny Thiessen and his Hawks. Denny Thiessen is assisted by Phil Dunn. Tall guy there in the foreground is Paul Schenkelberg. He's the sophomore coach. Jim Rotter also helped out with the basketball team. So 5 minutes and 13 seconds left here in the first half. The score is 22-10 in favor of the Prairie Hawks. On the floor right now for the Hawks, you have Hupper, Furler, Blecko, Kleppe, that's Mike Kleppe, and Chad Steele. Oberbrockling kicks it off to Tony Booth. He'll take that 8-footer, missed it, rebounded in there by Brecht, and Pikert's going to set it up. Cougars a chance to tie or a 3-pointer would give them a 1-point lead. Brecht with a 3-pointer, missed, rebounded in there by Aaron Blecko. Aaron Blecko kicks it off to Hupper. Hupper will take it inside, shoot the jump shot, kisses it off the glass. So that's the second field goal by Hupper. He's got 7 points tonight. Piker gets it over Brockling. He'll drive. Tony Booth in the lane a lot. No 3 seconds called. And ball is kicked by Furler. College game, they'd ask him to rewind that 45-second clock, but no go here in the preps.
It may come, though. You know, that isn't a bad idea. I like that 45 seconds. It really speeds the game up.
Double team in there, and here's Aaron Blecko with the steal. Brecht says, hey, I got fouled, and Pikert's going to work over Furler. Double team out here. Hupper kicks it down to Aaron Blecko, and Blecko's having a tough time getting that ball into Mike Kleppe. A lot of that has to do with Cougar defense. So into the game now for the Cougars is Brad Miskimmon, who started the game. Sitting down is Jason Brecht. Brecht did a fine job in here. A tell you, that's hard to inbound that ball. Oh, Aaron Blecko again having trouble, and you're going to get a call on Fikert. I'll tell you, Fikert had a few words with the official. I mean, nothing bad. He's saying, gee, just a hustle foul, ref.
Well, you know, with that kind of attitude, he could join us up here in the booth, you know. There's times we disagree with those old boys, too.
Ah, not really, George. Okay, Mike Kleppe with his first point in a long time, and his first one from the charity stripe. He's got 7 tonight. He's tied with Jason Furler, who also has 7 for the Hawks. And I'll tell you what, I don't keep stats up here for how many free throws each team misses, but that's got to be about 6 of them now for the Hawks. Tony Booth with the ball. Fiskimon guarded in there by Blecko. Tony Booth has the seam, puts it up and in. Nice speed in there. Tony Booth with his second field goal. He's got 6. Furler looking inside. Hupper can take that job, but he gives it up. And I'll tell you, without Keith Kleppe in the game and his three-point shooting of late, well, here comes Mike. Block in there by, is that Miskimon?
I believe it was Booth had the ball.
Well, if we had a replay, we'd see it, but I thought it was Miskimon. Okay, Blecko here to steal. Steele's not taking that three-pointer in there. Hupper, if he's open, he'll take it. Blecko kicks it off to Furler. Furler guarded in there. Furler taking inside, 10-footer. Rebound in there by Miskimon. Fikert sees somebody deep. No, not yet. Gonna set it up. 25-22 in favor of the Hawks. Tony Booth inside, defended in there, double team. Tony Booth with his third field goal. He's got 8.
I'll tell you, there ain't nothing prettier when one of them big old horses gets that ball and just tosses it in nice and soft.
Mike Kleppe with the soft jumper off the back of the rim. Now a chance here for the Cougars to go up. They're down just 1 point now.
Not getting any second shots in there today. Everything is coming off the board back to Kennedy.
And Fikert stepped on the line. Costly turnover here with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first half. And I thought there was going to be a press in here by the Cougars. It's just going to be a half court. They're going to pick him up here. Further kicking off the Blecko. Constantly looking inside for Mike Kleppe. And Hupper takes it inside, and that shot is good, and there's a foul on the play. That's Hupper's first points for the night. Miskimon with the foul, and that should be number 3 of Miskimon. Into the game for the Hawks is Pat Weldon, also number 31, Chad Danforth in the game. Aaron Blecko sets down. Miskimon, I believe, has a seat. Hupper, chance for the trifecta. And he scores. 28-24, 4-point lead in here by the Prairie Hawks. Fikert saw someone underneath, and just that ball just took off just like a bullet. And the only one that could put their hands on it was a Prairie Hawk.
He did a good job. He almost hauled it back in.
Tony Booth here. Tony Booth kicks it off in here. Up and missed in there by Danforth, and the Hawks control the ball. Furler kicks it off to Weldon. Weldon can shoot from out there. Weldon, Fikert picks him up, and Weldon luckily got Furler with a fake, and Weldon's going to take it now. Three-pointer, and it's missed. Rebounded in there by Miskimon. No, I think that's Sukan. Number 31, Danforth in the game, and ball stolen away by Weldon. Weldon 2-on-2, and I don't know about that travel. Holy cow. I didn't see it. I didn't see the travel.
No doubt it was there, but it was very questionable.
I don't believe what I just heard. You said no doubt it was there. You're agreeing with the Zebras
Well,
tonight.
I'm going to try it all this half. You know, second half might be different.
Jason Breckton in the game. That's him with the ball right now. Sukan gives it up here to Oberbrockling, double teamed in there. That Oberbrockling, if there's a seam for the basket, he'll drive. He has no fear going in there. Piker with a spin move and kicks it out here to Oberbrockling. Looked like a double dribble. Oberbrockling kicks it inside. Sukan with a miss, and a foul I think is going to be on Hupfer. No, Chad Steele raises his hands. That's on Chad Steele, so it's going to bring Tim Sukan to the line, shooting 2.
And that Kennedy team is they're not a selfish ball club. They'll pass off. They'll give an assist to anybody. Even Booth is awful good at giving that ball off when he's right underneath the basket.
That's Sukan's first point of the night. I sure hope I'm pronouncing Tim's name right.
No, it'd be Sukan. Sukan is the way you pronounce that.
Sukan, okay. Apologize to you, Tim. Press in here. And thrown out of bounds by Weldon. So, 2-point game, and I'll tell you right now, Brian Jones is going to come in for Pat Weldon. So, a 2-point lead here by the Prairie Hawks with only 58 seconds left in this half. Oberbrockling. Piker gives up the three-pointer. Breck with a three-pointer, missed, and big power rebound. Tony Booth had it. It's jump ball. Possession rule now goes over to the Prairie Hawks. So the Prairie Hawks got a break there. Tony Booth had his hands on the ball, and someone knocked it out, and a little water underneath the basket there.
I'm going to tell those guys from the Prairie Hawks that when this big guy goes down, he goes down first, and you fall on top of him. I mean, you don't want that big devil to land on you. You know, that's just what happened last time.
Okay, they did the housekeeping chores up there. Again, 50 seconds left even right now. Chance for the Hawks to run that clock down and go into the locker room with a lead. They lead it right now by 2. Steele gives it off to Jones. Furler. Hupper. Furler with the three-pointer. Miss. Rebound by Mike Kleppe off the glass. Missed. Rebound in there by Sukan. And Oberbrockling. Oh, the crowd is calling a turnover. Plenty of time left. 20 seconds. Piker, chance to tie it up here. Breck gets it deep inside. Sukan gets fouled in there.
I'll tell you, this Mississippi Valley ball is just great. You know, these guys out there just giving their all, and this ball game probably is going to go down to the wire just like this, back and forth.
Sukan's scored just 2 free throws so far this first half. Chance to tie it up here. It's 1-point game now. 12 seconds left here when the Hawks get their hands on the ball. Tim's second shot is good. All tied up now. That's the way these teams play. Press installed here. Big boy Mike Kleppe. He decides to bring it up himself. You got 8 seconds left. Someone's got to be open down underneath. That's Chad Steele with a 2-pointer. Bingo! So, at the end of the first half, the score is 30 for Cedar Rapids Prairie, 28 for the Cougars. We'll be back with second half action in just a moment. Well, the teams just came from the locker room, had their warm-ups here. We're about ready to start the second half. Score again is 30-28 in favor of the Prairie Hawks. Scoring so far here, the leading scorer for the Cougars, you got 8 points. That's Rob Oberbrockling. Also 8 points for Tony Booth. 7 points for Jason Furler for the Prairie Hawks. Followed by 7 points also for Mike Kleppe. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Cougars in the scoring column, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the Prairie Hawks. So Tony Booth ready to inbound it in here. That's Oberbrockling. Oberbrockling with a 3-pointer, rebounded in there by Tony Booth with his foul, and I'll tell you what, I thought Trent Mitchell was going to pick up his 4th foul there, George.
Absolutely the correct call.
Yeah, it was a correct call, but boy, it's a scare. Okay. Fuller. Upper. Mitchell. The Cougars are defending Mike Kleppe inside extremely well. And another turnover for the Hawks. And a hustle in there by Keith Kleppe. Slaps the floor. He thought he had that. So they're stacking it up inside. Oh, it looked to me like Muskemon traveled. Rebound by Keith Kleppe. And another travel by Furler. They aren't calling them. Mitchell back to Hupper. And Hupper scores. Kisses it off the glass. That's Hupper's only his 2nd field goal. Oberbrackling with the drive. His 3rd bucket for the night. And turnover again. Cougars have a chance to tie it up. And right now, Aaron Blecko goes in, and Keith Kleppe sits down.
Not too late.
Welcome to the booth, Dave Evans.
Party again?
Oberbrackling kicks it inside. The ball almost stolen away by Prairie Hawk. And it's 1st and 10, George.
I mean, this way you ought to play this game. I mean, get down on the floor and rattle a little bit, baby.
Trick wants to put grass and mud out there.
Oh, that's right. Speaking of mud, anything new on this mud wrestling that you're promoting, George?
Not a bit, but you know, you just have to love the hustle when those kids will dive on that hard floor. I mean, there's no pads on those bony old knees or anything, and they just get down there and really bang away.
Aaron Blecko with the 2-point shot, feed in there by Mike Kleppe. That's Blecko's 1st points of the night. Tony Booth, big target. Piker looking inside, he feeds it. That's Sukan. That's a nice feed in there by, I believe it was Piker with the assist. Hupper. Mitchell kicks it across here to Furler. Gets fouled, nothing called. 10-footer by Furler. 9 points now for Jason Furler. 36-32 Hawks. Muskemon with the drive missed. Rebounded in there by Mike Kleppe from for the Hawks. So a chance to extend this 4-point lead. Hupper kicks it off. Furler gives it up inside, and it's a travel by Mike Kleppe. He even faked me out on that one, George.
Yeah, I mean, and he did drag the foot about quite a ways. Good call.
Boy, that's 3 times now you've complimented this.
I'm carrying it right into the 2nd half. These guys are doing all right.
Another feed in there by Fikert. Muskemon with his 1st bucket of the 2nd half. He's got 4. Furler behind the back dribble. Aaron Blecko gets it inside. Ball kicked by someone on the green team. So the Prairie Hawks take it over. Prairie Hawks only 2-point lead. I tell you, even on an out-of-bounds play, they're having a tough time getting that ball inside. Furler. Hupper, and that's Trent Mitchell with the rebound. No, and he's going to foul. Picks up a foul, and Oberbrackling.
And if Mitchell had another year, I'd bring him back as a linebacker. I mean, that was as nice a tackle as I've seen in a long time. I mean, he just ripped out there and got a hold of an ankle, and down he went.
It wasn't that intentional. Otherwise, they would have called intentional foul. Same 2-point lead by the Hawks now.
I'll tell you, the Hawks, this ball game hasn't been that pretty, boy. I'll tell you, it's like George said, I think you put pads on these guys, we'd have a football team here. There's a
Fikert, and we got 1-on-2. And the ball kicked away then there by a Cougar. It's a nice play. I don't know who got the hand on the ball, but
That number 11 for Kennedy.
Pikert. Hupper having a tough time getting the ball in. Kicks it all the way across court to Vlecko. Vlecko's going to get it inside to Hupper, and it's blocked in there by number 33. That's Miskimen. That's number 4 on Brad Miskimen. He takes a seat right now, and Chad Danforth, the senior, comes in. So Miskimen with 4 fouls. Trent Mitchell for the Prairie Hawks with 4 fouls.
Kennedy has 12 fouls, team fouls, Jerry. It's against 7, 9 for Prairie. Oh, got to make those, Jerry.
Hupper with a miss. Second one's good. 37-34 Hawks.
I just have a feeling somebody's going to take away in this game, break away for about on a 6 or 8 point run, and that's going to be the ball game. But right now it's sure neck and tuck.
Biker gets the ball inside. Sukan with a miss. Rebounded in there by number 31. And you're going to get a foul on Mike Leppy. Some of the Prairie fans said that looked like all ball. So Danforth almost put that basket or that ball in the basket, so he's going to be at the line shooting 2. Danforth has not scored yet tonight. First one's good. So it's a 2-point ball game now with the Hawks head 37-35. 4 minutes left here in the third quarter. Second one is short, rebounded in there by Sukan. And a foul by Mike Leppy. That's number 2 on Mike.
That's 2 quick ones, Jerry. Leppy didn't have a foul up until this last probably 3 seconds, 4 seconds.
Trent Mitchell with 4 fouls sits down, and Keith Leppy replaces him, and Keith's got 3 himself. Sukan has got 4 from the line to make that 5. 7 total points now for Tim Sukan.
Chance to tie her up here, Jerry.
And you're right, it's 37 all. Keith Leppy kicks it off to Mike Leppy. Mike Leppy saw a little. Keith Leppy, he is hot from that 3-point range. Holy cow. That's the 3rd 3-point bucket tonight for Keith. He's got 8 points. Danforth, it does count. That's his first field goal tonight. And Kleppy picks up number 4, and that's Keith Kleppy. His last name starts with a C. Mike Kleppy, his last name starts with a K. So right away, Chad Steele comes in for Keith Kleppy. And Keith really hates to sit down because, you know, again, he wants to be in there. We need his 3-point shooting.
And I tell you, the kid's a jumper. I mean, he's got springs in those legs. He can get up there when nobody else can.
Well, Danforth turns 3 that time. Hupper, fouled by Pikert, nothing called. And Mike Kleppy goes inside, and a soft touch puts it up and in. That's only his first points here in the second half, his 4th field goal. He's got 9. Pikert is going to shoot on Furler. Rebounded in there by Mike Kleppy, and Pikert fouls him again, and nothing's called. Chad Steele gives up the 3-pointer, puts it inside to Mike Kleppy, and Tony Booth picks up his 3rd foul.
And that was a payback. The refs knew they blew one down here, and that was just a payback foul, though. That was it. He did touch him.
And now, coming in for the Cougars is number 41, Matt Burns. Also the big guy, Brian Sieber, the 6'5" senior. Sitting down is Tony Booth and Tim Sukan. To the line, shooting 2 is Mike Kleppy. I'll tell you, the Hawks are having trouble at the line tonight. Kleppy trying for his 10th point here.
They really turned cold. They turned cold in the first half. 10 unanswered points from the Hawks, and looks like they cooled off here too a little bit.
Matt Burns with a rebound. It's not very often you see the Hawks miss this many free throws. Little acting job in there by Mike Kleppe. Oprah Brackley's going to take it inside. He misses, and Mike Kleppe gets fouled again, and nothing's called. And I'll tell you what, they sure are after Mike Kleppe.
I tell you, it just seems like they're banging on him an awful lot. I can't imagine that the refs are letting this get by right now.
Oprah Brackley picks up number 2. Jason Breck replaces Oprah Brackley. You don't lose too much with Breck coming out there. So each team now has 14 fouls. The score is 42-40. You're right, George. This is a lot slower paced game than what they played up in Kennedy Land.
I think they both respect each other, and they're just not ready to really roll out.
And Sieber picks up his first personal tonight, and to the line is Mike Kleppe, and he's going to try to come back and sink these free throws, George.
Mike's a good free throw shooter. They're going to start dropping for him.
Boy, he is cold tonight. He still hasn't gotten in double figures yet. 2 minutes and 28 seconds left, third period. Dan Ford kicks it inside in there to Matt Burns, puts it up and in. That's Burns' first points or first bucket tonight. He's got 2. Upper. Steele thinks about it. And good defense in there. Double team defense in here on Mike Kleppe. Hupper with a 3-pointer. Bingo!
Oh, you can't let that kid open for just a split second because he's got an eye for the basket. And it always seems to kind of roll around before it goes in, just to tempt you a little bit.
Good foul in there. You're right, Dave. And Hupper's got 9 points, and that's his first foul tonight. And 2, Matt Burns goes to the line trying to double his points tonight. He's got 2. He's going to shoot 2 from the line. Scores 45-42, Hawks. First one was almost an air ball.
Guy just came in cold, didn't he, Jerry? 41?
Oh, he's been playing a lot. Second one is good. That's 3 now for Matt Burns. Burns is a senior. Ball is inside to Kleppe. Hupper with another 3-pointer. Swish!
He drained that one, baby. That didn't roll around. It went straight through the bucket.
12 points now for Hupper. Blocked in there by Mike Kleppe. I tell you, Brian Sieber. Oh, air ball. Now Hupper, that's Furler with the rebound. He's looking for somebody. Chad Steele looking inside. Double teamed in there on Mike Kleppe. And Hupper, oh, he gave it up. Mike Kleppe, he can't buy one tonight. He tips it in. So that's 10, 11 for the big guy. He's in double figures now. Piker with a spin move. Oh, what a move, and he missed the basket. And the ball's loose on the floor. And up and in by Burns. Burns is now coming on like gangbusters. He's got 5.
You like that when a guy gets under that basket and fights for that ball. He was going to make that basket no matter if it cost him an arm.
Ooh, Chad Steele almost threw it out. And they get it inside of the big guy with the hook, and it's up and in. Kleppe. That's 13 now. He's starting to come alive with 30 seconds left in the third period. Hawks now are going to stiffen up on the defense. They're playing a little man-to-man in there. And loose with the ball is number 41, Burns. He's caught on fire. 18 seconds left here. Hawks will play for 1. Mike Kleppe, he's going to go up and in, and they call the charge. They cannot call that a charge because he moved when he was in the air, George. That's the toughest call a referee's got to make. Not only is it a charge, they didn't count the basket. I'll tell you what, you've got to give that guy, when he's coming in, you've got to give him room to come down, and that didn't happen. Kleppe picks up his 3rd foul. What do you think of the referee now, George?
I'm silent.
So after the 3 quarters of play, the score is 52-47. Oh, if they would have scored that one, that charging call would have been really big.
What I did like out of the whole thing was I was just amazed how Mike took that ball to the basket. I mean, he had took about 4 giant steps, and I thought he was going to jam it. That little guy kind of slid into there, and I think he was still sliding when he put the ball up.
That is the toughest call to make when you're a referee. You got to make a quick decision whether it's a charge or a block. Then at the same time, you got to decide whether or not the ball was released, if it's a charge released before the charge. So, I mean...
well, that was that run that I was talking about. I just think that somebody's going to have a run like this, and it's going to put the game away, but you can't count Kennedy out. Boy, they're scrappers. They'll probably scrap right back.
Yeah, you're right. Are you guys saying that was a bad call down there? I just kind of overheard you here. Is it?
We're just, they need all the help they can get, Dave.
You're not kidding, they do. I'll tell you, this is pretty fast game, and I'll tell you, they called three fast fouls on Prairie right at the beginning of the game, and then they eased up, and this became kind of a free-for-all. And I think they got to tighten the game up. I honestly do. But they're missing a lot of them, Jerry. Nice play.
Eric Smith. Oh, I tell you what, that Hupper. Actually, it was lost. Oh, I tell you what, they could have been.
Those got clogged up that time.
Yeah, they're. Oberbrockling, he'll drive. And nice shot by Oberbrockling. He's got 12 points tonight. So it's 52-49, just a 3-point lead here by the Hawks. Oberbrockling with a good defense on Perler. Perler gets it inside, and Perler takes that 15-footer, misses, rebounded in there by Matt Burns, and Matt Burns is burning it up right now on both ends of the court. Tony Booth kicks it out here to Matt Burns, and he is hot. He's got 9 points now. Hupper. Smith's got to get out of that lane. Hupper, 3-pointer. Missed. Rebound, Oberbrockling. Oberbrockling holds it up. A lot of the Cougars are getting a rest now. Tony Booth triple-teamed in there, and Eric Smith with a good foul. So it's going to bring Tony Booth to the line, shooting 2. So got Keith Kleppe, Mike Kleppe, Trent Mitchell in the game for the Hawks now. Sitting down is Eric Smith, Aaron Blecko, and Chad Steele.
You know, and that's what I love about this new coach we got down here. I mean, he plays guys. He gets a lot of guys in the game. That's what it's all about, you know. Don't let those people sit on the bench. Get them in the game, and that's just wonderful.
Tony Booth having trouble from the line. Tony's scored 8 points tonight. Nothing here in the second half. And, Mike Kleppe got away with a foul. Rebounded in there by number 33, Chad Miskimen. And I'll tell you, the Kennedy Cougars just went up by 1, 53-52.
That's 8 unanswered points, Jerry. It was all tied up.
Mike Kleppe double-teamed in there, tried to get the ball underneath. 6 minutes, 10 seconds left. And you know that Kleppe kid, Keith Kleppe, will go for the rebound. And rebounded in there by Brad Miskimen from the Cougars. Big offensive series right now for the Cougars. And ball kicked around in there. Mike Kleppe gives it over here to Keith Kleppe. And good defense in there by Oberbrockling. Perler dribbles around the key. And there's, a nice move in there by Trent Mitchell for his second bucket of the evening. So he's got 4. And Arnie Zedeker says, hey, let's talk it over, gentlemen. So with 5 minutes and 33 seconds left, the score is 54 for Prairie, 53 for the Cougars. You know, these Prairie Hawks, I don't know the real stat, but they're averaging about 85 points a game, and right now, with 5.5 minutes left in the fourth period, they just have 54, so it is a different type of game than what we normally see from both of these teams, and that tells you a lot about the defense being played. Sukan triple teamed in there. The ball stolen away by the Hawks. Furler's got it. He's going to slow it up. Mike Kleppe with a fake, and oh, he hits it. Oh, I think a Cougar had a little help on that.
Point shot because he was fouled again on that one.
I don't know. He might have got all ball that time. That ball took a different bounce off the glass. And you got 5-second call in there. Trent Mitchell, the senior, was on Oberbrockling like a toad on a stump.
Oh, that Mitchell, he's a ball player. He loves the game. He loves to get in there. He wants to go home tired. He wants to go home dripping wet.
Furler having trouble. Keith Kleppe guarded right now. They know he'll shoot that three-point shot if he's open. Fed in there to Furler. Someone in the middle is going to get a foul. Sukan. I actually thought it was Miskimen or Booth with the foul, but Sukan's the one who raises his hands to see if that's 43.
Yeah, he knew it, Jerry. He knew it. Before the ref pointed at him.
Sukan's only a second personal. Furler was amongst the big trees in there.
Well, that's Tom Davis kind of ball. You just hate to see him try to bang in underneath the basket, but a lot of times good things happen like that, and that's what it was.
Furler now in double figures with 10.
And we're going to miss some of these seniors. Every year you think you can't live without them, and good ones come back, but this is a good bunch of seniors.
58-53 right now. Oberbrockling, he'll shoot we don't know what it is. He's trying to give it to Tony Booth. Keith Kleppe will slow it down. Keith Kleppe with a three-pointer. Oh, that's the first one he's missed in a while. Mike Kleppe gets fouled. Keith Kleppe with a two-pointer, and a foul on Oberbrockling.
I mean, there were some athletic moves on that whole series. What a way to charge that ball.
Steikert's coming in the game for the Cougars, along with Matt Burns, sitting down with Tony Booth and Todd Miller. Keith Kleppe. Okay. Keith Kleppe hits his first free throw tonight. He's got 9 points, chance to go into double figures here, Dave Evans.
He sure does. He's played a heck of a ball game. Those three-point shots, these guys between him and Furler?
Right.
They're dead tonight. They're dead eye on those three-pointers.
Steichert with a three-point try. Off the front of the rim, rebound by Miskimen. Steichert with a fake, goes inside, kicks it off to Sukan. Sukan gives it in there to Matt Burns. I'll tell you, Matt Burns, he's got his 11th point tonight. Kleppe into Kleppe. He can't buy a bucket from the outside. Matt Burns with the rebound. So the score is 60-55, 3 minutes and 47 seconds. Trent Mitchell up and in! That's that steal and putback. I'll tell you, that's a big turnover for the Cougars. Man-to-man defense in here by the Prairie Hawk. Oberbrockling gets it in Sukan. Sukan misses. And look who's in there. I believe that's Miskimen. Yes, Miskimen with the bucket. He's got 8. Furler, Hupper. Travels. Nice defense in there by Steichert.
I'll tell you what, the Cougars, what I'm still amazed at the Cougars, how they can feed that ball and pass off unselfish ball clubs. They're a great assist team.
Okay, Arnie Zedeker calls a timeout. He might only have one left. We don't keep that stat up here. There's some of your cheerleaders. That's the student section over there. Hopefully by this time, the votes will be in on the $4.9 million bond referendum, and college community schools here, Prairie, will have themselves An approval to build a new auditorium and a new gym.
Well, that's good news and bad news. I just love this old Hawks Nest to play ball in, you know, and I think when we have our last ball game in here, we got to have some kind of a dedication to the old building.
Yeah, how about a bonfire?
Well, that might be.
Bonfire? A bonfire? I'll tell you, they're not going to tear this down, George.
Oh, no, they got to keep it.
It's always going to be here. This is going to be a practice gym, and it's going to be just, you know, the school has outgrown it, that's all.
I know it. I agree with that all. I got a lot of memories here, and you just, I hope they linger on forever.
That's one thing about memories. They do last forever. Okay, Cougars need a basket real bad right now. There's just 3 minutes left here. Oberbrackling kicks it off in here to Miskimen, and he puts it up and in. That's 10 points for Miskimen. Trent Mitchell gets it back to, oh no, stolen there by Sukan. Oberbrackling puts it up and in. Holy cow, turnover Hawks. And it's a 1 point lead here by the Hawks. Hupper kicks it off to Furler. 2.5 minutes left. And the Hawks, they won't take time off the clock. They're going to look inside here. Mike Kleppe kicks it off to Keith Kleppe. Keith to Trent Mitchell. Hupper. Oberbrackling with the defense. Furler. Trent Mitchell. Baseline move. Gets it into Mike Kleppe and fouled in there. Nothing called. And Mike Kleppe with the putback. 17 points now for the big guy.
You hate to call him a franchise, but boy, he looked like one right there, didn't he?
He didn't give up on it, that's for sure. He's having a tough night shooting, but he's getting those offensive rebounds and putting them back. Oberbrackling, he won't take that three-pointer. He likes to drive in. Sukan with a little elbow here on Mike Kleppe. Sukan, that's Miskimen. Good defense in there, and ball kicked away by some Kennedy Cougar. And there's Oberbrackling with a three-pointer, and a foul in there by Mike Kleppe. That's number 4 on him. That's a tough foul right now. And, you know, he didn't have to do that because Oberbrackling normally doesn't shoot from that range.
Well, you know, you just get so tense when this game is so close. Been so close all the way down the line. Yeah, it was a bad mistake, but he'll make up for it.
That's 15 points now for Miskimen. Just a 2-point game right now with 1 minute 32 seconds left here. And it is a 1-point game. A press installed in here by the Prairie Hawks. Mitchell gets fouled, nothing called, little trap up here. Mitchell kind of pushes up with one hand, trying to get it inside. And there's a nice Kleppe to Kleppe, and he's fouled by Oberbrackling. He's going to watch it. A little more theatrics over there. They just stuck a T on him.
Well, that kid's smart. You know, he knew he was frustrated, but he pulled himself together good. Give him credit, though. Good old number 21. It's hard to take a lump like that.
Look who's coming in, George. Big 55, Tony Booth.
He's the hammer, and this is when they have to do it right now. A 1-point game.
1 minute 22 seconds left. I'll tell you, Keith Kleppe's got 2 big free throws here.
I bet these old boys, I bet they dream about these Devils tonight, don't they, huh? About 12 o'clock at night when they can't sleep, they just see that big old basket get smaller and smaller. Boy, he drained them both.
That's 12 points now for Keith Kleppe. So 66-63, minute 18 seconds left. Now we're down to crunch time. George, strap us in right now. Turnover. Fikert saying, oh, look at Arnie Zedeker down here. Arnie Zedeker said, hey, I think that's a Prairie Hawk that touched that. Trent Mitchell gets fouled by Fikert. And Fikert's still talking about the play on the other end. It's a 1-on-1, brings Trent Mitchell to the line. Oh, now again, we're going to say it. These are big free throws.
Well, but there's nobody I'd rather have at the line. This kid's played a heck of a game, and he's going to sink them both.
Ooh, Mike Kleppe almost picked up number 5.
I'll tell you, that was a nice slide move by Mike Kleppe. Oh, they changed their mind. Overruled it. Kleppe got over the top and did it. Knocked it out. That was a good call. I thought they were going to give it to the Hawks.
Oberbrockling from 3, and he stuck it. 66 off, 53 seconds left. Hupper gets it inside to Mike Kleppe. Well, let's see how the Hawks play it. They have plenty of timeouts left. Mitchell gets it to Mike Kleppe. Mike Kleppe to Keith Kleppe. 36 seconds left. Furler. Hupper sees Trent Mitchell. Nice beat by Hupper. Mitchell with the 2 points.
21 seconds, Jerry.
2-point lead by the Hawks. 20 seconds left here. Muskemon looking inside. Pikert calls a timeout. So 15 seconds left. We'll leave it right here, Paul Pink. 15 seconds left. And I'll tell you what, I know what Arnie Zedeker is going to say. We're going to go inside with the ball if it's open. If it's not open, we're going to kick it outside and take that 3-pointer for the win. But the most important thing is to tie it up.
This is high school ball at its best, isn't it? 2 great Mississippi Valley teams. They're going right down to the wire. I said earlier somebody was going to pull away for 6 or 7 points. That's why I love football better. I did a bad job.
What a fantastic ball game. I'll tell you, I can't recall the score of their first meeting, but it was another 2-point game, and this could very well turn out either way, the same way with 15 seconds left.
Okay, you got 2 class coaches out there, Arnie Zedeker and Denny Thiessen. They've both thrown up offense and defense, I guarantee you. So here we are. Inbound in here by Brad Muskemon. Hupper's going to defend him. He can't touch that ball. Tony Booth looking for a cutter. That's Muskemon. Guarded in there by Kleppe. Tony Booth was open for second. Biker brings it in, and he misses. And you've got a foul on somebody. Nothing called. And Muskemon fouls. I tell you, Hupper was mugged in there. Nothing was called, George.
I'm speechless.
And that Muskemon actually had to foul. I mean, they caught about the 5th foul right there. Muskemon fouls out. In for Muskemon is Chad Danforth. And to the line is Justin Hupper, the senior guard.
And Justin could put this the game away right now with 5 seconds left.
He's got to make them both.
That's right. What an exciting ball game, Jerry. Oh, he missed the first one.
He missed it. They got to trap Biker. And the Hawks win 68-66. Arnie Zedeker and Denny Thiessen shook hands. I could see her read their lips. One said good game to the other one. I'll tell you what, George, you called it earlier. This is a barn burner. So the Prairie Hawks steal another one away from the Kennedy Cougars here. The score is 68-66.
When you can take 2 ball games away from a fine Kennedy team like this, I'll tell you what, I think your basketball program is here and it's solid. What a ball game, and what a great win for the Prairie Hawks.
I just saw Coach Denny Thiessen pat Tony Booth on the back and congratulated him. I tell you what, there's not a coach in this Mississippi Valley that wouldn't want Tony Booth on his team.
Well, that's right, but you know the Cougars got a couple other big guys on that team. That Sukan, that Muskemon. Who was that other? Who got fire out there?
That's Matt Burns.
Oh, I'll tell you what, that little rascal, he caught fire. They got some shooters, and they're big people.
And there's one thing about Matt Burns, he's not little. He may be skinny, but he's 6'4", George. Kind of your size. They got him down at 155 pounds. I don't believe that.
According to my weight, I ought to be about 8 foot tall, but I don't think that's going to work out either.
There's a shot at some of the Prairie fans. We don't have the stats added up here, but we'll just go ahead and run through them right now. Okay, Dave, the stats here after this exciting game. It was a little slow pace, but it came on fire the last 2 minutes of the game. Your high score for the Kennedy Cougars was Rob Oberbrackling with 19. Al Pikert scored 2, had a good floor game tonight. 2 for Todd Miller, 2 for Jason Breck. Chad Danforth had 4. Double figures for Brad Miskimen with 10. 11 points here for Matt Burns, and he really came, all of his points, I believe, were scored in the the second half. To round it out, 8 points for Tim Sukan, and then 8 points for Tony Booth. On the Hawks side, the top scorer is Mike Kleppe. He had 17, followed by 12 points for Justin Hupfer, 11 points for Jason Furler, 2 for Aaron Bleckel, 12 for Keith Kleppe, and 8 points for Trent Mitchell. And that last basket by Trent was the big one, was the difference, and 6 points for Chad Steele. We're going to try to get a few of the seniors up here for interviews. Again, the final score tonight here in the Hawks Nest, 68 for the Prairie Hawks, 66 for Kennedy. Okay, we got the senior, Justin Hupfer, the guard for the Prairie Hawks. Justin, you had 12 points tonight. What are your thoughts as you round out your senior season?
Oh, it's been a pretty fun season. We've lost a couple of close games, and our record probably isn't what we would have liked it to be, but we're starting to play good right now, and I think we have a good shot going into postseason districts and stuff like that.
We were talking to head coach Denny Thiessen in the pregame, and it was good that Dubuque Senior did tag a loss against that City High, and that's the team that you go and play in the districts, and you beat them twice last year, so you know that they're beatable.
Yeah, they're far from unbeatable. We have a good shot of beating them, and if we play together as a team and play as good as we did against them the first quarter, then I think we can beat them.
Say, Justin, tell me, do you watch the broadcast and kind of critique your own games?
Yeah, if I know what's on, I usually try and watch it, and I like to hear the commentary and see the game again.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm sure you're a lot better ball player than we are commentating your games. Any last thoughts here before we get Mike Kleppe in the chair here?
Just like to thank you guys for coming out and doing these games so we can see them on the TV again.
Well, appreciate that, Justin, and let's hope the success for the Hawks are on the winning column the rest of the way out. Let's get Mike Kleppe in here. Thanks, Justin. Here we got Mike Kleppe, that's not a senior, just a junior here. Mike, you scored 17 points tonight. We don't keep track of rebounds. They don't pay us enough up here, but I'm sure you had double figures there. They were collapsing on you. You had 2 or 3 guys hanging around you. It was awful tough for them to get the ball inside.
Yeah, it was. When I got, I usually had 2 guys on me, so I just tried passing it back out. The other guys let them shoot.
And you and Tony Booth, any kind words for one another out there?
Oh, we get along pretty good. We play against each other quite a bit in the last couple of years.
You know, I tell you what, I think you got away with your 5th foul down here, and you almost tried to shrink your arms back into your body because you reached over and you probably had a clean block, but anytime you go over the back, they're going to try to call a foul.
Yeah, they usually do when you go over the back. You don't get away with anything doing that.
What do you see for the rest of the way here for the Prairie Hawks as you move towards the districts?
We're starting to play pretty good now. I don't know, we have a chance to finish up upper part of the division if we keep winning and playing good like we are.
Well, I tell you, the Hawks have a double threat in my mind. If they get the 3-pointers going, and Keith Kleppe hit his first one tonight, and Jason Furler hit his first attempt tonight, that loosens it up inside. But this Kennedy Cougar team has been around enough. They know enough to keep sagging on you and go ahead and let the 3-point attempts by the Prairie Hawks on the rim. And I tell you what, if Keith hadn't gotten in foul trouble early, it probably would have been, he'd probably had some more three-shot attempts.
Yeah, that kind of hurt when he got in foul trouble early.
I got to ask you, Mike, are you having any contact by any of those colleges out there?
Oh, lately I've been getting a few more, couple small colleges around Iowa. And
you know, the way you move out there, it looks to me like probably that small or quick forward in a Division I school might be the position for you. And Is there any chance that you're going to be maybe playing in that quick forward position maybe in your senior year, and maybe get like Eric Smith playing the post sometimes?
I'd kind of like that. I feel pretty comfortable outside. Work on my shot this summer, and I should be able to do it.
Okay, appreciate you stopping by in here, and we're going to get a few more of the Hawks to sit here and interview, so appreciate the time, Mike.
Thanks for coming to the game.
You bet. Okay, sitting here is Trent Mitchell, another one of the outgoing seniors. I hate to say that word, outgoing. He had scored 8 points tonight, but I think the last two were the most important, weren't they, Trent?
Yeah, Justin Hupper hit me with a nice pass, and that put us up at the end, and we held on.
I tell you, that was a long pass. I didn't think it'd ever get there, and you were looking, your eyes got big as saucers, and you put that ball up with a nice soft touch.
Yeah, I'm just glad I put it in the hole.
Any thoughts as you complete your senior season here at Prairie?
We just got to make the most of these last couple games and go in confident against City High, and I think we can beat them.
You bet. I tell you what, it's sure fun to watch these Hawks. I've seen some of your practices, and Coach Denny Thiessen runs a real strict and a hard practice, and I'll bet you anything that your practices are a lot tougher than the games.
Yeah, they really are. Really disciplined and really hard, and we got to go hard and have good concentration throughout the practice.
Well, coming up to the districts, looking at, I know you mentioned City High. What games do we have to round up? We have a Iowa City West game to make up when we had a snow, and that's going to be played here in the Prairie Gym. So I guess tonight is not your last home game.
Yeah, we have one more, and then we go to Linn-Mar next Friday, and then come back against City High after Iowa City West.
Well, you got your hands full. Well, we appreciate you stopping up, Trent, and good luck in the future.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You bet. Okay, we got the other senior guard here for the Prairie Hawks, Jason Furler. Jason, tonight you had 11 points, and when you hit that first three-pointer, I thought you were going to probably take a few more three-point attempts tonight.
Yeah, I really should have. I think I passed up a few open shots, but when you got people to pass to like Keith Kleppe and Justin Hupper, who've really been shooting well lately, it really doesn't matter because they can put it in the hole too.
You know, that kind of shows you the kind of cooperation that we have amongst this Hawk team. There's no selfish players. You heard that, you know, he gives up the three-point attempts to get the ball to his buddies who may have a little closer shot, and that's exactly what a guard's supposed to do. We're rounding out the season here. You're now one game above 500. I believe you're 9-8, and you're 6-5 in the Mississippi Valley. A lot of those games have been close, and I've always said that this team looks like a good tournament team. What's your chances in the tournament?
Well, the first time we played City High, we came out strong, but we kind of lost a little bit of our intensity. I think we really should have won that game. If we could put together a whole game by tournament time, we should really be the team to beat, because when we put it all together, we could beat anybody. But so far this season, we've had trouble putting a whole game together. And so once we do that, then we'll be better. We'll be better off.
Well, that I guess, fellas, that tells you the confidence factor that these Prairie Hawks have. Furler thinks that they're the team to beat here in the Mississippi Valley and going through the district. So, Jason, let's see if you're going to be the sage of the senior class.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay, appreciate you stopping by.
Thanks.
Okay, the last of the seniors here, Keith Kleppe, number 30. Keith, tonight you had 12 points. 2 of those were from three-point range. I'll tell you what, if you hadn't gotten foul trouble, you know, every time you were taken off the floor, you know, you were shaking your head and you wanted a chance to play a little more.
Yeah. At the beginning there, I got 2 quick fouls, and then my third one, I can't remember. My third one was a bad choice by me, and then the last one, I didn't think I really touched the kid on that jump shot. But, you know, it's hard when you get in foul trouble and you have to sit on the bench for 5 minutes in each quarter, but I was hoping I'd get a play at the end, and we got the win.
Well, I'll tell you what, you've really been lighting up lately from three-point land. You went over here in the Hawks' Nest. You broke the record. There was, I believe, 4 or 5 Hawks that have scored 4 three-point goals, and you broke that record, and you've scored 5. And then you went over to Jefferson, and you shot 6 for 7 from three-point range, and you had, I believe, one other field goal. You had 20 points. So then you broke your own record, and I think that's going to stand a while. 6 three-pointers for a Prairie Hawk.
Yeah, I was really shooting good that night. I've been shooting a lot better since Christmas, it seems like. And, you know, Jefferson left me open at the beginning, and once I got my rhythm, I really started shooting well there.
Well, again, any thoughts as you round out your senior season?
We just got to play, us seniors got to play as hard as we can each game now, and we got a tough game against City High and districts, and hopefully if we play well and shoot good, we'll be able to beat them.
Well, looks like they're setting up for a dance down here. Now you got to go down and shower. Are you going to hang around for the dance, or are you too tired?
I might try hang around and dance a little bit, but probably have to get home pretty early tonight.
I see a couple of those girls looking up here, making sure that you're going to hang around. So I'll let you go back, take a shower, clean up, and don't trip over any foots.
Okay, thanks.
Or feet. Hey, that's Keith Kleppe. And again, the final score from Prairie here, Prairie 68 and the Kennedy Cougars 66. Good night.
Now we're working on a sign that's going to be ready the first of the week. That's going to go out over here at the high school.
That's Jack Hayes there.
We're going to hang above the entrance to this gym says, you are entering the smallest, dinkiest gym in the Mississippi Valley.
Jack Hayes is trying to probably get the vote out here in the February 27th bond referendum for a new gym and auditorium. We're here at Prairie High School where we're just about ready to start the boys varsity basketball game between the Prairie Hawks and Iowa City High. That's Prairie's Vanessa Norris with the excellent rendition of our national anthem. George Jones, that beats that tape-recorded national anthem. Hands down, I'll tell you what, that was beautiful.
That had a lot of class to it, really was. This night, great start off for a great night. City High, whoa, it's going to be a big one tonight, Jerry.
City High Little Hawks come in here 13-0 against the Prairie Hawks 6-7. Needless to say, everybody knows that the Little Hawks from Iowa City are the defending state champions here of 1989. Now we're in 1990. And the first one introduced is Chad Flynn, and that's Jason Furler for the Prairie Hawks. Number 35, Byron Young. Pat Weldon gets a start here tonight for the Prairie Hawks. This is Blake Schultz, number 25, another senior for the Little Hawks. Keith Kleppe comes back after being out the last two games, Paul Betcher. He's been ill, and hopefully he's recovered.
Keith, it's good to see Keith back, Jerry.
Introduced was Michael Rome for the Little Hawks. There's Trent Mitchell who gets a start tonight for the Prairie Hawks. And here comes the big guy for the Little Hawks, Ryan Keeters, 6'8". And here comes the junior, Mike Kleppe, 6'6" for the Prairie Hawks. We're ready to rumble here in the Eagles' Nest. George Jones, I'll tell you what, I can feel electricity starting already. This place down below me has probably more Little Hawk fans and Prairie Hawk fans.
Great contingency of fans from Iowa City. Always stand behind their troops. That's great. That's the way we like to see it.
Jerry, I'll tell you, what a nice pleasure tonight to have this game. We added this to our schedule. Defending state champions Iowa City, City High, and the Prairie Hawks. I'll tell you what, Jerry, it doesn't get any better than this.
Oh, that's for sure. I'll tell you. I just stuck in front of you an official score sheet. Do you know how to handle one of those? Okay, Mike Kleppe jumping in against Keeter. And the Little Hawks control it. That's Michael Roan, number 35. Just Byron Young, that's number 35. Defended in there. There's Keeter with the jump shot. That's 2. City High draws first one tonight, George. 2-0. There's Furler looking inside to Kleppe. Kleppe puts it up and blocked in there by Keeter. And the Prairie Hawks are clapping. The Little Hawk parents are saying, hey, you had nothing but ball that time. That's number 1.
Trouble is, there was an arm attached to that ball, that's all.
Mike Kleppe puts the first one up and in. He used the board that time, but I'm sure he's not going to use the board this time, George.
Right straight through.
It's all tied up. 2 apiece. Okay, that 21 is Shad Flynn. Defended in there by Furler. Gets it inside to Brian Keeter. He missed it. Rebound in there by Keith Kleppe. Looking for somebody to give it to. Here's Mitchell. Mitchell can look inside to the big guy. Furler gets it into Kleppe. Keeter's out of position. Kleppe puts it up and in. 4-2. Prairie Hawks. City Hawks get across. Number 21, that's Shad Flynn, the quarterback. Here's a deep shot in there by Schultz. In and out. Mike Kleppe with his first rebound. Mitchell looking deep. Nobody there. Keith Kleppe drives the baseline. Gives it up to Mike Kleppe. Almost loses the ball. Gets it into Mike Kleppe. Puts it up. And there's 2 more. 6-2. Prairie Hawks.
Jerry, they say cream rises to the top in a big game. Mike Kleppe has done that so far.
Flynn off the back of the rim. Rebound in there by Kleppe. And they call the travel. And I tell you what, I don't think that was a travel because he went down to a knee, and until you come up on that knee, then it's traveling.
That's right, Jerry. Official, I think, anticipated the move and missed the call.
Flynn inbounds it here. There's Keeter, shuffle the feet, nothing called. Rebound in there by Roan. Roan missed it. Schultz missed it. Kleppe with his second rebound.
Jerry, the Hawks are off to a fine start.
Mitchell gets it over here to Furler, inside to Mike Kleppe. Pat Weldon with a 3-point try off the back. Rebounded in there by Byron Young. Young brings it across the line, defended in there well by Mitchell. They go for the ball, it's off Mitchell's hand. I tell you, Trent showed a lot of hustle that time.
Trent Mitchell's been sick, Jerry. He got back for the Jefferson game on Tuesday night, and now he's in the starting lineup. Good to see him back.
Keeter helps in the inbound here, George Jones.
I'll tell you, Iowa City is loaded with talent. Boy, they got some ball players down there. But the Hawks are doing very good themselves.
I tell you, Brian Young didn't have much choice there but to put it up because he was slipping. If he hadn't, he'd have traveled. Mitchell gets it to Weldon. Weldon, he likes to hit that first shot, but being a senior, he'll put it up again. Oh, gets it off here to Mike Kleppe. Takes it. Oh, nice block in there by Keeter. Long shot in there, and that's 3 for Keith Kleppe. 9-2, George.
I'll have to tell you about 1981 or 1982 when Cedar Rapids Prairie went down to play City High.
Okay, little body foul in there by Mike Kleppe, so that evens up the fouls on the big guys.
Jerry, I'll tell you what makes this game exciting. There's 4 Division I players out there, in my opinion. I'll talk about it a little bit later.
Flynn inbounds it to Roan. Roan is one of those. He's going to Wisconsin. He just signed a letter of intent to play football there.
That's right, Jerry. Roan is a first-team All-Stater, 6'4", 215 pounds, going north to play for Coach Barry Alvarez, the University of Wisconsin, recruited by former Iowa assistant coach Dan McCarney.
I tell you, that Roan's a good athlete. There's a 2-point try in there by Flynn. He missed. Rebound in there by Keith Kleppe. Long pass here. And ball knocked out there by City High. That's Roan. No, that's Young. So Prairie Hawks ball.
Byron Young has got an excellent chance, along with Keeter, to be Division I basketball prospects, too.
Okay, Mitchell sets it up, gets it off over here to Weldon. Weldon looking inside, nothing there yet. Keeter defending Kleppe inside, real tough. Pat Weldon's going to have an open shot, it looks like, all night. They're going to sag in on Kleppe. That's Mike Kleppe with the ball. He puts it up, and good no call that time. He just tripped over a foot. Byron Young goes inside. Oh, I'll tell you what. Second basket scored by the Little Hawks makes the score 9-4 in favor of Prairie. Mitchell still looking inside. Needs some help. 5-second call. Defended well in there by Roan.
Really did. I'll tell you, Mike Roan is the best football player that along with Tony Booth, was the best football player I saw Prairie play in the 7 games that we covered, Jerry.
And he's also a National Honor Society student.
Change for the Hawks. Eric Smith is in.
Eric Smith still sporting that black eye he got in Dubuque 2 weeks ago. Keeter, there's got to be 3 seconds in there. Byron Young, that's 2, 9-6. Prairie Hawks still lead by 3. Furler brings it up. Hupper, Furler gives up the 3-pointer, gives it off over here to Keith Kleppe, still looking inside. Furler wants to set it up. Kleppe comes to the high post. Furler puts a soft jumper up and in. 11-6, George.
I was going to tell you about 1982. I think it was 82. First district game for Cedar Rapids Prairie and Iowa City. City High. Prairie won that game, and City High was favored to go all the way at that year in state. Norm Balke was one of their. It's the only one I can remember that played for City High.
Schultz. That's 2, and the foul is on Mike Kleppe. And Mike Kleppe, he's talking to the referee, said, "What did I do?"
That was a terrible call by the official. What's bad, Mike Kleppe means more to the Cedar Rapids Prairie than some of these ball players do for City High.
Okay, there's Sean Novy. Mike Kleppe sets down. Sean Novy was a center for the Prairie Hawk football team. Blake Schultz, a 4.0 student, National Honor Society.
Hawks have got to really suck it up now and play good defense and try to stay in this thing and get us some time off before Mike goes back in.
Ball inbound by Hupper. Stolen away almost by Keeter. Keith Kleppe shoots a 3-pointer off the back of the rim.
Jerry, Prairie can't do that. Prairie's got to run some time off the clock. We can't come down and shoot.
Byron Young, 2-pointer, that's in. It's all tied up, 11 apiece. 3 minutes and 8 seconds left in the first quarter. Hupper gets it inside to Novy. Novy's got to put it up. He's underneath the basket. Furler, Smith, Furler. Furler's going to drive, wheels, steals, ball. Novy finally puts it up and in.
What a nice shot. Nice move by Furler, and Novy with the completion of the play.
Well,
I think Novy the first time out was just as surprised he was under the basket with the ball. He learned quick, though.
Young with the miss and his own rebound. Schultz looking back to Young. Young kicks it off over here to Shad Flynn. Up, miss, air ball. And Schultz dribbled the ball on the out-of-bounds marker.
He was over the back of the Prairie defender, nothing called.
I'll tell you what, George Jones, we got a first here. We got Paul Betcher on the referees. It's usually you and I. He's the one that's trying to be neutral most of the time, and he's on him the first 3 minutes of the game.
I've been around George Jones and Jerry Evers too long, Dave Evans. I'll tell you what, I picked up. They've taught me well.
Well, I think they did miss one that time.
You got Dave Evans on the camera, George Jones, Paul Betcher. This is Jerry Evers. You're watching Cox Cable Channel 36. Voice of Cedar Rapids Prairie here in the Mississippi Valley. Hupper goes in, finger roll out. Sean Novy puts it up. He misses the layup. Rebounded by Roan. Young's got the ball. They're going to take a little time here. Flynn looks inside. There you go. Byron Young into the game for the city, or the Little Hawks. You got Todd Kennedy, number 51. He's a senior, 6'9". He's a big kid. He's bigger than Keeter. That's Aaron Blackel. Furler. He's going to take it in. Nice left-handed move. Holy cow, he put it up with the left hand.
I'll tell you what, Jason Furler has no business being in the basket, in the paint like that, but he's really impressed us the last 2 ball games. He's just been awesome inside. He's impossible to stop.
Michael Roan with his first foul. Furler has a chance to put his team up by 3. Minute 52 seconds left here, 15-13. Furler. He gets a trifecta. Little press installed here by the Hawks. Roan. That's Byron Young there. Into the game there is Lamanek.
Jerry, 1:45 to go. Hawks have been without Kleppe for 3 minutes. They've been able to maintain a 3-point lead. Let's milk some clock.
Okay, inbounded by Smith to Furler. Into the game, you got Jason Lamanek. He's 6'1". He's guarding Furler out there. Aaron Fleckel. Nobody to get it into. Fleckel. Hupper. They just don't operate without the big guy in the middle. Here comes Eric Smith. He puts it up. Air ball rebounded by Flynn. Flynn off into the big guy, Todd Kennedy, and nice save in there by Lamanek. Lamanek puts it up, missed. Oh, Roan with the power rebound, and he puts it up for a big basket.
Yeah, Jerry, and Iowa City is going to get the ball back with 59 seconds on the turnover.
1-point lead here for the Prairie Hawks. The ball went through Aaron Fleckel's hands. Ball in, rebounded, gets it over to Kennedy. Flynn guarded in there by Furler. Novi on Kennedy. Furler with the rebound. I'll tell you what, he's in the paint a lot.
Tell you what, he's playing a super game just like he always does.
Hupper for 3. Yes! 19-15 Prairie Hawks. George, that got you going.
Well, I tell you what, we had a big, exciting wrestling match last night. Holy cow, we're right back in round ball tonight. This is living, ain't it, baby?
Kennedy out front. Flynn gets it in there. Roan's a force. You're going to have Lamanek with the foul. Lamanek went over the back.
Sure, I'm glad to see that call because they've been on our backs down there at that end all night. I'm glad to see it finally get called.
Mitchell comes into the game. Keith Kleppe comes into the game. Novi sits down along with Furler. No change on the City Hawk side.
Good move by Coach Denny Thiessen, getting Furler a little breather here.
Trent Mitchell going to have to bring the ball up himself. Guarded in there by Lamanek. Little push off by Mitchell. Aaron Fleckel guarded in there by Byron Young. Keith Kleppe, 3-pointer. Oh, off the rim, rebounded in there by Kennedy. Kennedy, 6'9". What a guy to come in to, there's a 3-point try. Oh, nice shot in there by Blake Schultz. He makes it a 1-point game. So after the first quarter, the score, 19-18, Prairie Hawks lead.
Jerry, I'll tell you what, that was a big play, but I think if Coach Denny Thiessen wanted to take that clock down to 2 or 3 seconds, then the other team can't shoot a 3-point goal and cut into a 4-point Hawk lead. So hopefully Hawks will slow it down while Kleppe's out of there, take the time, run some clock, and then take their shot. Coach Denny Thiessen's discussing that right now with some of the Prairie ball players.
That's the Prairie Hawk huddle right there.
Little Hawks coming in here. Jerry, number 1 in the state. They have a 13-0 record. Our hat goes off to the Coach Tom Linder, Bob Robinson, Bart Supel. Done a fine job with the Little Hawks from Iowa City. And, of course, the Prairie Hawks are coached by Mr. Denny Thiessen. Also Coach Paul Schenkelberg. And help me out, Coach Dunn.
Yes, Bill Dunn. You mentioned Tim Linder. He's born and raised in Iowa. Played his basketball in Ames, and there's a little Mississippi Valley connection here. He played under Arnie Zedeker, the head coach for Kennedy High School, and his college was at University of Nebraska at Omaha. Into the game, no change here for the Prairie Hawks. Well, Furler's in. Furler, nice pass to Mitchell, and you got a foul in there. They're going to call it on Schultz.
You see how quick Byron Young is, Jerry? Just unbelievable. That's why that guy's going to play a lot of basketball. He's single-handedly kept Iowa City in the ballgame here in the first quarter. He had a total of 12 points, and I'll tell you, 12 out of the 19 points for Iowa City by Byron Young, excuse me.
Trent Mitchell for 2. First one's up and in. That's 20-18. Now on the camera, we got George Jones. Dave Evans sitting right down beside me. Dave, I'll tell you what, it's a good thing that you got a little relief there because we're going back and forth.
You're absolutely right. Boy, they're hard to keep up with, Jerry. This is one heck of a ball game. I had to speed up my pacemaker a little bit to keep up.
Second free throw's good, 21-18 for Prairie Hawks. Byron Young with a long two-pointer off the back of the rim. Rebound by Eric Smith.
Eric got it real nice. How about Jason Furler's pass last time? Just a fantastic play by the senior point guard for Prairie.
Hupfer, he's hot. He wants to shoot. He drives. Oh, nice one. He used his body to shield the defensive player.
He's an awful happy. Hawks up 5 with Mike Kleppe still on the bench.
Young guarded in there by Smith and Trent Mitchell and Furler. Three-point try by Lamanek. Miss. Schultz with the rebound. Schultz drives it, puts it up and in. 23-20.
Oh, this is too fast to keep up with, Jerry. I don't know how you're doing it. I'll tell you, the Hawks, this is a run and gun ball game.
Pat Weldon checks in. Eric Smith sits down.
Chad Steele, I believe, is sick.
That's too bad. Chad Steele is a gamer. Flynn in the game now.
Jerry, he'd be the backup Prairie center for Kleppe.
Charge in there by Flynn. Number 21 took a charge, or he did a charge. So that's number 5. So the Prairie Hawks are in the 1-on-1 now, and Prairie Hawks only committed 2 fouls, so they will have some fouls to give at the end of this half.
No question about it, Jerry. Let's see what the Hawks can do here. Run a little bit of clock. Get
Kleppe in the middle, off to the Hupfer. Hupfer puts it up and in. Little hesitation move, got it.
I'll tell you something, they're playing fantastic ball. I'll tell you, they've been well coached this week. Jerry, I'll tell you, I can't believe how they're playing without Mike Kleppe. Unbelievable.
I'll tell you, the guards are playing well. Flynn goes in. Nice shot in there by Lamanek. You know, in baseball, he's a catcher. Here comes Furler in the paint. He's blocked in there by Keeter. Flynn gets it up here to Lamanek. Lamanek goes in. What a drive. Makes a 1-point game on 25-24.
Jerry, we got plenty of fouls to give. Let's not get those layups.
Nice move by Keeter by not picking up that knee. Ball's flipped away there by Hupfer, I believe. Turnovers are about even right now. Trent Mitchell, Furler, wheels, deals, Lamanek guarding him. Oh, nice basket. The foul's going to be on Blake Schultz.
Jerry, I got to tell you something. This ball game compared to the one we saw earlier this week, these guys are driving the basket. They're
Jason Lamanek with the foul, not Schultz. Jason Lamanek.
That's very good, Jerry. But as I was alluding to, these guys are driving. They're passing quick back and forth. They're setting up their plays. They're opening the lanes, driving in, and getting the foul as they're coming in and shooting the basket.
Furler off the back of the rim. I tell you, Furler's the guy you want on the line. Here's Byron Young. Oh, what a